Yauya HARARE podcast DJ Mambo ndova noita broadcast Kina vamwe vamukusa ite outcast Chifunyaya dzikupisa pa-areas Ngachiyauya HARARE podcast Zvanenetsi izvifanika boldmas Zvaigwa shuga kungotekere pa-wedas Subscribe pa-YouTube kunyangonhasi.
Yeah, what's good, people? What's cracking? What's happening? It's your host, the most DJ Mambo the King, guys. I know you like the podcast and chill. And campus. But guys, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe, by guys. Hit that notification button. Please do that. Like, comment, share, download, do everything. This is it's another day, another chill, another hustle, another interview with your host, DJ Mambo the King, and I'm chilling here at the University of Zimbabwe. Now, Mr. Obrian, Gutu, what's happening, Maji?
Wagwan DJ Mambo the King.
My politicians, because language change from that street lingo to something that's political now.
Yeah. But it's no mix as we understand the electorate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. So, Mr. Gutu, is it okay if you just brief our viewers out there who you are and what are you into?
Okay, fine. So, first and foremost, I'm the current Secretary General for Zinasu, HARARE province, as well as the Secretary General for Zimbabwe Law Students Association, ZIUSA, and again the former legal secretary for Zinasu Youth Chapter.
Wow, that's nice. So we're talking politics.
Yeah, and Agara.
Zinasu
National.
Murimo.
Tirimo imomo tichimirira vadzidzi.
Ndakanzwa nekuzinasu achita podcast ncheya mambo aiwa ndevanu vezikozi cheta vasikuda kubata vezinasu.
Takatofunga kuti isabotage ka. Takatoti isabotage tikati ko munhu ongorerekera one side.
Aiwa. Tiri pano paUZ kuti tiite zvido zvevadzidzi vese. So Mr. Gutu, now the election is coming.
Yeah.
2021 SRC elections. How do you see it? Mimi says Zinasu you garnered around 700 and how many votes?
748.
748 votes.
Yes.
And how do you see the coming election in Remuso 25?
Well, on the 25th, we are just going to take our victory. We are just going to proceed and make sure that we lengthen the margin that we are leading with. Yeah.
Okay, so
that is the duty that we have.
Aren't you afraid? We are going to pull more masses than you guys did. More numbers.
Well, you know what? We are not afraid because we know they always say that we don't have to underestimate our opponents.
Yeah.
But for Zikos, we do not have any option because we know that we are always miles ahead of you. Even if you play dirty or what, we just make sure that we maintain.
Why is it that Zinasu people always think Zikos plays dirty? Last time my elections the previous one, it was the same. So I think misconception we are going to play dirty.
No,
we are always fair.
You guys, you've got a history of playing dirty, and you've did it during the Dumba election. You did it during Abiona election, and you are actually doing it right now. As Leno is trying to run against other, but we know that at the end of the day, we are going to give you a good run for your money.
But in personally, I think these are just assumptions and aspirations that are being cast on Zikosu, because I think we are one of the most vibrant group per user now. So I think it's misconception that Zinasu guys have.
Well, when you talk of vibrance in terms of what? In terms of buying students or in terms of ground visibility?
Definitely both of them.
No, in terms of ground, the students, the part finals, the part threes spoke for themselves to say, no, Zinasu is the giant student union. It's the only student union that we have in Zimbabwe that is genuine about the concerns of the students. So when you talk of ground, we've got the people. What
about my part 1-2s now? Zikosi my part 1-2s. As you can see, this year, yesterday I saw Lennox such campaigner up. Zikosi and he looked really frightened. He now knows good power place upon.
Well, Comrade Enox is not frightened because he knows that he's going to win the election on the 25th. And you guys, you are just playing stick and carrot because you are just applying those tactics, buying students, trying to woo them using juries.
That's how elections are done.
But I think
that's campaigning.
You guys, you've been doing it for the past, 5 to 10 years.
But don't you see that this year is different?
It's not different.
This year I think it's different.
You always do it.
Yeah.
You always do it. You are going to do it. But one thing that I can assure you, DJ Mambo, is that we are going to win.
It's Zinasu. So, Gutu, tell me, you're a Secretary General with Zinasu. Aren't you guys worried about bemove rakaitwa na Alfred Gucci kuti anobva kuZinasu camp oya kuZikosu camp. Isn't that selling out the struggle in Zinasu terms?
Well, in the struggle, we have cadres who act like that, and it's not new. In any struggle, there are sellers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is bound to be like that, and Gucci has proved to be one of those, sellers. So for us, we are not worried about him because we know that he's a spent force. During his tenure, he didn't do anything meaningful. So I think he's just trying to.
And some.
On that particular issue, you know what, DJ Mambo, Gucci actually went an extra mile to charge part ones and unsuspecting students exorbitant fees for the buses. So to us, we feel that it's actually an on-go, and it's actually something which is embarrassing for a person of his caliber. So we, as Zinasu, we cannot associate ourselves with people who've got a patient of drawing money from the students, hard-earned money from the students.
So that means if he thinks of coming back to Zinasu camps, it's a no-go area.
No, it's a no-go area. It's a no-go area.
You're done.
We are done with him. We don't need him. Yeah, wish him the best in his endeavors, and we don't need him in our camp because we don't harbor sellers. Yeah.
So now let's talk about the coming elections now. How confident are you that you're going to secure your vote, and one way because I just gonna go for my elections?
The thing with Zikosu, you guys, you don't have any strategy, so to say, because you guys, you've been repeating the same thing, and you expect to recognize different results after applying the same method, the same modus operandi. So for us, we feel that you guys don't have any ideas. You are just repeating the same strategy. But now let's look. Win against us.
Let's look at Zinasu. The Zinasu camp has been in power. They've been in power, but same issues from the students. Students have been complaining they've been complaining registration, Wi-Fi services. Mvura pa campus zviri kunetsa, mvura istokatika 9 o'clock dzikatorowa, mvura hakusina pa campus. So what should we expect from Zinasu when for the past 3 or 4 years we've been in office and still we have the same issues prevailing?
You know what? Now the problem that I think you guys from Zikosu have is that you've got a patient of looking at issues, at failures of people when they get into office, but you don't look at their success stories. Let's take for example, Abiona went before the Parliamentary Portfolio Committee of Higher Education and addressed student concerns, and she actually managed to do it on quite a number of platforms. So those are some of the things that you should look into, as well as the positives that came in. Because the problem that you have is that you are emphasizing on the failures but not looking at the successes. Also take into cognizance the fact that the administration does not affirm to anyone who comes from Zinasu and gets into the SRC. So they'll be putting a lot of spanners into the way of those who come from Zinasu whenever they get into the SRC.
So you're saying the admin is not on Zinasu side. They don't take concerns from Zinasu.
Definitely, they really do. They really do. So it takes a lot of struggle, a lot of pushing for them to take those. They would do it after a process of a struggle.
Now let's talk about violence during my elections. Last time we witnessed the violence on riot. What's your word to the student out there?
Well, to the students, I just want to call upon the students to exercise restraint, to exercise caution, because this is just student activism, and tempers should not rise. This is just student activism, and after, the reason why I'm sitting here with you is that I know that there is no point of emotions and tempers that can arise, because we should have fun, we should enjoy student activism, we should take part, we should participate, and the beauty of it comes from the fact that there is Zikosu, there is Zinasu, and it makes the whole trajectory interesting and fascinating. So students should desist from violence. All sorts of violence, they should be set aside.
So now the last question. Now let's say Zinasu presidential candidate Lennox Machoko Obarowa Ata Musa election. How will you guys feel? Agarowa upside down. Obarowa part 1 and 2 over Votera Ata S, and then you guys are toppled upside down. Ata Oba win. How would you feel?
Well,
Is this Zinasu camp?
It's highly unlikely and it's very impossible. You cannot foresee such kind of eventuality. It's really improbable and it's impossible.
But you know,
we
with the
don't foresee
300 or 350 votes, Miraketa ground is it seems to be nothing.
Mjaraku ungati kana pane gap over 350 woti imagine shoma kukwapaidzwa what it means, you know the thing with losing, if you start by losing, you even go ways.
But do you remember unaona bora leo
bora ndoroona ya
paka yakamborowa ne PSG paka yobazo pedzera PSG zvinokwanisa kuitika. These are possibilities.
Inyaya kuti anditi inyaya ma tactics mbora manje inyaya ma tactics, but for Zikosu you guys don't have any tactics.
Anyways, you know what I need now? I need your president, Zinasu president and the Zikosu president here on the podcast. Then tovatambo ombudza ma students zvaroda kuita timboona kuti what's happening zvemashow.
Anditi zvakakosha izvozvo. Because allow for engagement.
True.
Yeah.
Anyways, in case you had joined, it's DJ Mambo the King podcast and Chill, University of Zimbabwe. We're having a discussion in Mr. Obrian Gutu, Secretary General Zinasu National Chapter. And Angachito Uza, what their plans for the coming election, SRC, with their presidential candidate, Mr. Lennox Machoko. So, Mr. Gutu, your few words to set up a show to the students out there.
Okay, my few words to the students is that Zinasu genuinely represents the students' concerns. It's the only student union that is concerned about the student welfare. And I implore all the students at the great University of Zimbabwe to vote for Zinasu, to vote for Lennox Machoko for president. And a vote cast on behalf of Lennox is a vote invested. So you guys, Zinasu, we on it.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. It's your host, the most DJ Mambo the King. Until next time, guys, when you have another interview, we here on the podcast. And you don't forget to vote current ID Rakorepa user. 25 June 2021. Until next time, guys, stay safe, be wise, condomize, strategize.
Podcast. It's number broadcast. Outcast. Areas. I drive podcast. Subscribe to YouTube.